Pull down the box from the closet shelf. Dust on the lid on my clumsy hands. Corners of paper curl like autumn leaves. Names on the back in a careful fading hand. There you are, Grandpa's sleeves rolled high. Grease on your cheek, but your laugh is clean. Grandma in a cotton dress, bare feet, turning in the yard like some shy young queen. These black and white memories are colored in by you. Every faded face still shining through. I feel your hands reaching past the years. Love lives long in frames of gentle light and quiet tears. Mama on the porch with a crooked braid, baby on her hip, sun in her eyes. Daddy with his arm like a sheltering tree, trying not to smile, but the grin still finds the light. I trace your outlines with my thumb. Hear Sunday kitchen hum. The stories stop, but they don't end. You're in my voice, in the way I love my friends. Climb that crooked pasture fence, boots still stained from town. Morning fog upon my chest, birdsong barely sound. Found your name in leaning stone, half hidden by the bloom. Knee and clover, one hand down, the other reaching you. Wildflowers on the hill, holding all the hurt I carry. Every color says your name, every petal feels you near me. Tears fall soft as Sunday rain on your letters in the granite. Grief is heavy, love is still. Wildflowers on the hill. I trace each card and faded line, like I used to trace your palm. Those gentle hands that held the world, that somehow kept me calm. Doing so salt upon the ground, mixed beneath my skin. I hear you in the quiet wind. Child, just breathe again. Wildflowers on the hill, holding all the hurt I carry. Every color says your name, every petal feels you near me. Tears fall soft as Sunday rain on your letters in the granite. Grief is heavy, love is still. Wildflowers on the hill. Faith was never church alone, it was coffee in the dawn. Your thumb across my worried brow, saying, this too will be gone. Now the hillside is your chapel, and the lilies sing your song. I kneel down with my breaking heart and find it's growing strong. Knees in the dirt, jeans damp, seams torn, moon sitting heavy on roads that look warm. I run my hand through broken stems, every old ache comes back again. Under this harvest vigil, I count the years in grain. Thank you for the calloused hand that taught me how to stay. For every steaming table, every rough and tender day, under this harvest vigil, I lay my fear away. Steam on the dishes, laughter in the dark, jokes between mouthfuls, lanterns throwing sparks. Your tired smile across that pine board span, salt in the bread, face to the heavens, palm on the lane. Knees in the dirt by the lip of cold stone, hands on the rim like it's something I own. Moss on my fingers, green ghosts in the ground. I drop a small pebble, hear my heart in the sound. Moss on the wishing well, hiding every vow I never said out loud. All of the love, all of the rush, all of the quiet I was dreaming about. I watch the circles fade then swell, time's gentle hand on the water's skin. Moss on the wishing well, letting the old hopes in. There's a scratch in the rock where I carved half a name, stopped at the curve. Too afraid of the change, I trace it in silence, feel the years in the groove. I laugh in the distance that I once thought I knew. Moss on the wishing well, hiding every vow I never said out loud. All of the love, all of the rush, all of the quiet I was dreaming about. Little stone soldiers marching down through the dark, carrying wishes too soft to leave a mark. Love that I pictured, roads I never took, peace like a river running off of the book. I lean and listen to what I used to be. It's faint, but it's kind and it's finally free. Old kettle sighs a tired song, mittens drip dry by the chair. You tap your pipe on the bricks, lean back, say come a little closer, it's cold out there. Embers still remember every name you ever spoke. In this soft December, your laughter lies inside the smoke. Shadows on the ceiling stories flow. I warm my hands on the glow of what you told. Cards on the table, one bulb dim. You cheat for the kids just to see them win. Patchwork quilt on my knees, your knees, threads holding tight where my faith got thin. Embers still remember every name you ever spoke. In this soft December, your laughter lives inside the smoke. Shadows on the ceiling move the way your stories flow. I warm my hands on the glow of what you told. I thought the fire would fade when you left, leave just ash and empty stone. But these coals keep stitching night to night, till the dark feels almost home. Log slips, sparks rise then fall. I hear your voice in each slow soft fall. I close my eyes, the room grows small, and for one more winter evening we're all here after all. Cold ridge, blueprints in yesterday's snow. Call your names into the dark ravine. Only the mountains answer with a stranger's voice that sounds like mine. Years ago, I hear laughter on the wind, crying on the same thin air. All our summers falling, somewhere out there. The peaks keep every secret, the hymns, the lies. Their only gift to me tonight are echoes of our lives. Rusted can swinging from a dead pine nail. We carved hearts in that gray bark once. Rain washed the edges smooth, left 2 letters I can't claim, but I still trace them through. I hear laughter on the wind, crying on the same thin air. All our summers falling, somewhere. Old joys, old grief, both turn to breathe. Carry them up, let the sky decide. The stone stays skin goes, yet the river below keeps repeating, repeating every goodbye. Loose board, breath of dust, sun in crooked stripes on busted trunks and rusted latches. Crack case, leather split, name half faded in flaking ink I can barely catch. All these lives in the attic of the almost. Yellow pages humming with a pulse they used to know. Meadows gone dull, ribbons losing their color, still holding on to every track. Every almost, attic of the almost. Journal spine barely holds, margins full of plans that never made the papers. Press leaf, tape gone gray, meet me in July, circle round a day that never happened. I run my thumb along each line, hear somebody swear this year was theirs, hear the crack of hopes that never landed, feel their laughter float up the stairs. Soft harmonica, thin and kind, threads between the then and now. All these small forgotten altars that remember them somehow. This chair leans a little to the left, fabric torn where his boots once pressed. I rock slow, hear the floorboards sigh, like they're answering why he had to die. Lantern light and all would he say, hard and make it good. Every scar in back, rock me through, till I feel His quiet strength in what I do. Smoke on His shirt, ink on His hands, maps in His palms from working the land. He'd pause mid-story just to listen close, learn more from the silence than the boast. Lantern light and old wood, he'd say, take what's hard and make it good. Every scar in the grain holds a name, holds a pain. Rock me back, rock me too. He taught me how to stay when the wind pulls you away, how to bend, not break, how to give more than you take. I trace these arms worn smooth and thin, like His patience on my restless skin. Steam on the glass, my hands round a chip blue mug, watching the sky pour down a world of white. Each flake taking its time, drifting past these frosted frames like pages falling from a crowded mind. First heavy snow covers all the roads I used to drive down. First heavy snow folds the distant hills into a soft white sound. Out in the valley, even all my echoes lie still on the ground. In this quiet, I can feel my old hurt laying its armor down. Fence posts fade to gentle humps along the field. Tracks of the deer blur then disappear. Church bell rings once, then swallowed by the air. Even the wind seems careful what it stirs here. First heavy snow covers all the roads I used to drive down. First heavy snow folds the distant hills into a soft white sound. Out in the valley, even all my echoes lie still on the ground. In this quiet, I can feel my old hurt laying its armor down. All the things I couldn't carry, names I never learned to say goodbye, melt like breath against this window, fade and vanish as a hush rolls by. Bare feet in the clover, same old muddy bend. River's moving slower than it did back then. My hand on the willow where our promise used to glow. Letters pale and crooked like the love we used to know. I still stand by the lazy river where we carve forever in the bark. Time runs thin through these fingers, through this heart. Every year the lines grow lighter, but they're holding what we swore we'd be. I can't read our vows like I used to, but I feel them in this tree. Your name's almost a shadow, mine's a broken curve. Rain and winter weather had more faith than we deserve. I trace the faded edges and your face comes into view. Two kids with steady voices saying I'll grow old with you. I still stand by the lazy river where we carve forever in the bark. Time runs thin through these fingers, through this heart. Maybe love was never written, just in words we etched that day. Maybe it's the way this river keeps on bending anyway. If you ever come back walking down this overgrown old trail, you'll find a ghost of what we promised still alive beneath my nails. I still stand by the lazy river where we carve forever in the bark. cold dew on my toes. Hem of my jeans turned dark, breathing the pale blue air. Sky just starting to spark. Each step a tiny shot, earth waking under me. Mist in the spider webs, fields rolling out like sea. Every dawn it all runs clear. What I carried here just fades. Trouble like the stars disappears when the light climbs over the blade of this wet grass under my feet. I remember how to breathe. Every sunrise strips me clean, leaves me standing here, just grateful. Hands in an old wool coat, heart in an easier place. Names of my weary days fall off without a trace. I think of the storms I've known, doors slammed in sleepless nights. Out here they lose their shape, soft in the growing light. I don't have the answers, only this open field, mud on my ankles, the promise the morning yields. Bright sky, first light, thank you. Found a box beneath the stair, dust in my throat, old winter air, torn envelopes, a photograph, your younger face, that crooked laugh, one page folded, edges curled, coffee stained like a tiny world. My name written softer than shaking hands that never sent. This is the letter to the wind. All of the words that never did begin, I read them slow, I let them go again and again. You loved me once, I might have to all that we lost between the truth and what we knew. I breathe it out and give your heart back to the wind. Faded lines in borrowed blue. I'm scared to stay, I'm scared of losing you. Every sentence, stop and start. Every margin, hiding hard. I trace your name with my thumb, mouth the lines, my lips go numb. Out on the porch, boards creak and bend. I speak your secrets to the open land. Ooh, you lawned it once, then fold it twice. Hold it up to evening light. Ooh, paper flutters, then slips from my hand. You loved me once, I understand. I let it fly and follow it into the wind.
Coffee growing cold on the railing, steam fading thin in the morning air. Little house pressed into the hillside, leaves just turning gold everywhere. Life like a slow, quiet river, turning the stones till they shine, carrying faces, carrying seasons, out of my hands, out of my sight. I watch it all drift down the water, every old hurt, every old life. Life like a slow, quiet river, and somehow my heart feels right. Your coat still hangs by the doorway, keys in a ditch we never moved. Once we swore we'd outrun the weather, turns out the weather outrun us both. The sun on the ripples, soft and broken, names we once carved worn smooth in the bar. I thought I'd drown in all that leaving, now it just moves gentle through the dark.
I watch it all, quiet river, every old hurt, every old light, life like a slow, quiet river. Sunburned shoulders, mud on my knees, hand-me-down shorts, grass up to my teeth. We ran that fence line till the day looked small, fireflies in our pockets, thought we owned it all. Barefoot in the golden fields, every stalk a spinning wheel, white sky turning over us, chasing more than we could hold. Time would come and take its share, but it can't unteach that air. I still feel that wild fast in every blade of grass. Granddad's old tractor, sleeping by the ride. You laugh skipping stones across the evening light. We named each cloud like a secret friend, swore the road stopped where the wheat rows ended. Barefoot in the golden fields, every stalk a spinning wheel, white sky turning over us, chasing more than we could hold. Time will come and take its share, but it can't unteach that air. I still feel that wild and fast in every blade of grass. Now there's lines on my hands, keys on a hook by the door. Got a yard that's trimmed and tamed, but my feet still find that floor of clover and clover, dust and dandelion glass. Close my eyes and I'm running through the cut and the whispering paths. Steam on the glass, coffee gone cold on the sill, boot prints by the back door, still holding on to last year. You're laughing in the hallway, bare feet on that crooked floor, your shadow in the wallpaper, then it's gone. I watch the leaves fall through the window, spinning slow like distant years. Once this house rang out with voices, Now it only holds our echoes here, wrapped in wool and fading daylight. I feel the letting go, feel it kind. There's an endless kind of ending in the quiet changing of our lives. Dust on the picture frames, two kids leaning into the sun. We swore we'd never grow old, but we grew. And the seasons just spun. The porch swings sighs in the wind, like it's looking for your weight. I trace your name on the table in a small spilled ring of tea. Every room remembers more than I can say out loud. Every board and beam learned how to live with the sound of first fights, first forgiveness, first snow on the eaves. Now it's just my breathing and these falling leaves.
Wood floor shaking, old boards groaning under boots and bare feet. Lanterns swinging, throwing halos on your shoulders. Dust in the beams, I taste salt on my lip. Not sure if it was sweat or fear or wanting. Your hand brushed mine, and the whole damn room went quiet in my chest. Under lantern light, we were spinning, spinning. Heart soft rhythm, but the band played on. Sweat and laughter, all that while beginning. Thought those nights would never be gone. Lantern light and sawdust on our skin. Every turn I fell again. Fiddle crying high, old Joe shouting, change your partner, don't you stop. You tripped on my boot, we crashed sideways, nearly took out half the hall. Your hair stuck to your neck, you were grinning like trouble. Breath all out of time, someone whooped from the back, and I swore right there you might be mine. We were pressed in tight, shoulder to shoulder, heat rising up like a summer storm. Windows fog, night growing older, but inside that barn, the world was warm. Now it's condos and gravel where we once stood. Yet if I close my eyes, I'm back for good. Gravel pops under spinning tires, midnight mist on the old dirt drive, there it is. That little yellow halo by the door, screen door creaks like it always did. Same old swing, same busted hinge, I see ghosts of muddy shoes in summer on this porch. Porch light burning, you kept it burning. All of these years I wandered and turned away. Porch light burning, your love still learning how to make a place for the one who ran away. I'm home, you still say my name the same way. Photos lean in their crooked frames, sun-fade faces, missing names. Someone said an extra plate at the end of the O. Coffee on, though the night's near done. You say it's late, but we're glad you've come. In your eyes, all the things we never said hang close. Porch light burning, you kept it burning. All of these years I wandered and turned away. Porch light burning, your love still learning how to make a place for the one who ran away. We lost some years to anger, we lost some sleep to pride. You waited on this front step while I waited for the right time. Now your hand is on my shoulder, your arms feel small but strong. We stand where I once stormed out and hum that old evening song. Gravel popping under worn out tires, mailbox leaning like an old friend waves. Screen door shimmer in the late day sun, dust in the air, floating slow and brave. Back down that old road, every turn knows my name. Wind in the tall grass calling me the same. Back down that old road, hard riding in the rear view. Every mile I go, I'm coming home to you.
field full of crows lift off as I pass. Laundry on the line, dancing soft and shy. Porch swing groans like it's saying my name. Smoke from a neighbor's fire paints the sky. Back down that old road, every turn knows my name. Wind in the tall grass calling me the same. Hands on the rail, wood smooth from years. Crickets tuning up, dusk in my ears. I breathe in the rain, still caught in the dirt. Somehow the ache starts to hurt a little less. A little less. A little less. Standing in the drizzle, street still cold from yesterday. Mud on my shoes, dust on my name. I tilt my chin, let the sky find me. Each drop tracing old lines of shame. Spring rain on my face, washing off the years I wasted. Let it run down my open hands, every little drop, a quiet chance I once resisted. Spring rain on my face, I'm learning how to stand. Soft fiddle in the distance, echo of a porch somewhere. Bare branches shiver, tiny buds breathe. They're pushing through all this tired weather, like they believe what I can't see. Spring rain on my face, washing off the years I wasted. Let it run down my open hands, every little drop, a quiet chance I once resisted. Spring rain on my face, let it soak my collar, let it blur these crooked plans. I forgive that young stranger who did the best he can. See the garden waking, green cracking through the seams. I'm not done, not finished, just changing like the leaves.
popping on the tired wheels, moss on the steps, leaning rail, rust on the latch, still hard to turn, like the way I lived and the way I returned.
Back to the cabin in the pines, where the world fell quiet, and your hand held mine, smoke in our hair, embers in our eyes. I breathe in the rain and I feel you rise in the cabin in the pines. Boots by the door, dust in the seams, your old wool coat folded and clean, coffee stained mug, lip print faint. I touch the rim, hear your name like a saint. Back to the cabin in the pines, where the world fell quiet, and your hand held mine, smoke in our hair, embers in our eyes. I breathe in the rain and I feel you rise in the cabin. Pine needles hush every doubt in my chest, raindrops drum soft on the old tin crest. I'm not asking time to turn around, I just lay my heart on this weathered ground.